but I'm at a different Mexican restaurant and I'm eating something completely different. And I said, tastes like cow anus. This is disgusting. What do they put, cow anus and everything? Turns out that was cilantro I didn't like. It was just,
you have the gene.
Yeah, I hate cilantro.
Yes. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Talk Culture. I am Kid Cadet. And once again, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. My co-host for the evening, it's the one and only RJ City. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. We had such a good time last time. I feel like we set the bar at a reasonably high level, and I'm now worried about meeting it. So I'm not doing well at all. I'm quite stressed.
I mean, so far so good. You showed up. You know, we're
here.
We're doing
I am.
Thing. Here you are, RJ. So without any further ado, we are so excited to have him back on the stream. And I think he is currently still orbiting the Earth in space. It is the one and only Clownvis.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Clownvis.
Hey, how you doing, RJ? How you doing, kid?
Better now. Very excited.
How are you ultimately? We're the ones on the ground. We're familiar with our terrain. How are you?
Ah, man, I'm doing great. We're on our way back to Earth now. And it's just been, after the New Year's, we went out into space just to take a little trot, kind of burn off the winter doldrums, just to see what we found out here, which was absolutely nothing. We just floated around for weeks, and now we're heading home.
And it's been a couple of weeks?
Yeah, since the beginning of the month. So what is that, a month, I guess?
Okay, yeah. So my question is, have you gotten bored with it? And at what point? Because I was excited to go to Italy, and then after 3 days, I was like, I got it.
Yeah.
Are you bored of space yet?
Oh, bored as hell after the first day. Yeah. I mean, it just looks like this out the window. That's all it looks like.
Yeah. It's enough already.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, last night, Clownvis, I was a little jealous because you got to join in on an alien dance party. That looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was. Listen, I say I get bored, but I mean, I could have, a whole circus in front of me and still get kind of bored, I think. So yeah, no, I took that for granted. I did go to an alien dance party last night.
Mm-hmm. Well, whenever you return, we welcome you back with open arms back to our planet. But I have to say, it's probably nice to get away from planet Earth for a little while.
Yeah, you got to every once in a while if you have the means.
Yeah, true.
Are you eating the freeze-dried strawberries? Is that what's going on there?
Everything's freeze-dried. Yeah, I went to just a planetarium gift shop, and I bought a bunch of those ice cream bars.
Yes.
And,
so good.
That's what I've been living off of.
Yeah, and it's got that nice crunch sound.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I have ice cream and then I miss the and I go, I wish I was in space.
Yeah, you just got to zap it.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, RJ, I know we wanted to talk about your potential connection through another human with Clownvis. So
yes, let us build some rapport because we have never met before, but we do have a mutual friend. One, regrettably, David Arquette.
Yeah, there's a guy.
He had a message for you.
Uh-oh.
And I said, I'm going to be talking to Clownvis. He said he's a really great guy. Tell him I said, hello from Clownville. But he tried to type Clownville and it came out, hello from Clown Volleyball. And then he had to correct it. And he's like, I'm sorry. And I said, you know what? I'll just tell him hello from Clown Volleyball. And he'll say, what the hell are you talking about? And then that'll be it. How do you know David? And what do you think of the man?
Well, I've been a fan, a lifelong fan. You kind of, if you've grown up in the last couple of decades, I think it's built into your DNA to be a fan of his. We met briefly at the Horror Hound convention. And found out right away that he had an admiration for clowns, which we share. And we just kind of stayed in touch since then, a little here and there on the internet, but I'm always a big fan of stuff he does, the wrestling, and now with Bozo. It's real exciting times.
Now, were you, I assume, a long admirer of the original classic Bozo world?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've always loved Bozo, and I read years ago. I read I hope I don't mess his name up. I think it's Larry Harmon.
It is.
Guy. Okay, yeah, he's the guy. I read his book when he was still alive.
Yes, The Man Behind the Nose.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And I loved what he did with him because the way that Larry Harmon took Bozo to the next level, whereas Bozo was just a character owned by Capitol Records. And Larry Harmon said, "Hey man, we can do a lot more with this," and he was the reason that they became franchised and having different Bozos in different regions and stuff. And he always kept a lock on how he wanted to do it, and he did it in the most magical way that you can put a clown out there. And I feel, and so I just love the fact that David has any control over the legacy of Bozo, because it's the world's most famous clown. I believe that he should be the Bozo is the flagship clown. If we had to have a flag with one clown, it would be Bozo.
Yes. Now, are you, I would assume, also somewhat of a music buff? That would be fair to say?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a music buff, yeah.
Okay, so did you know that the guy who created Bozo for Capitol Records, Alan Livingstone, was also responsible for, have you ever seen the scarce, very rare album cover of the Beatles where they're holding meat and baby heads? That was his idea.
Wow. Well, no, I did not know that. That's a cool connection.
Yeah. So a real hit or miss kind of guy.
Yeah. You're like an idea man. I like that.
Yes. Throws things against the wall.
I was going to say, RJ, because you've been like researching a lot about Bozo. So is that one of the most interesting things that you've found along your journey?
That part was incredibly interesting. I was also, are you up, Clownvis, on the whole Willard Scott, Bozo, Ronald McDonald business?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the original, because Willard Scott was a Bozo, and he did a promotional thing for McDonald's, and they're like, "Hey, can you create a clown for us?" And he's like, "Sure." And if you've ever seen the original pictures of Ronald McDonald, the man has a cup for a nose.
Cup on his nose, and it was weird, I mean, you got to forgive those early days of television for trying anything. God, they got it.
Wow. Now, of course, as we know, a lot of people are somewhat perturbed by the general idea of clowns.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And David certainly taking the reins of Bozo, it is his goal to reclaim the name of clowns for the good and the fun in the world. Do you feel like you're also part of the new wave clown movement?
Well, yeah, 100%. I've that's always been what I've wanted to do, the direction I've wanted to go. The only thing that I do differently is I mean, I don't even acknowledge, I do, but I mean, I try to not in my head, I try to just be a good clown without saying, without even acknowledging clowns are bad. I think it's simply a mistake on society that the wires got crossed in the 1980s with the movie It. And I mean, there's no reason that clowns in the blink of an eye went from being in every kid's bedroom and a very fun thing that everyone liked and laughed at, to the I'll use a different word, to the ultimate bad guys. And I think about that a lot. And so all I've ever wanted to do is kind of steer the clown ship into a positive direction without even shining a light on the badness. It's not like we're going to war with the bad clowns. I think that there's a place for that in horror, and I like all that. But it should be, the bottom line should be that when you think of clowns or say clowns, it should be positive and it shouldn't be negative.
Right. Now, if I may divulge some of my findings in my research, some people have determined that children, infants are almost automatically disturbed by some clowns because the common clown makeup was circus makeup and was exaggerated and was made to be seen from very far away.
Yeah.
And then it didn't really evolve. So when you see it up close, it's confusing. So I must compliment you on your subtle, modern, intriguing look.
Well, thank you. I mean, I like, just like anybody else, I like to look good if I'm going out to the Walgreens or something.
Sure.
But I mean, you just get the traditional features. I don't blame anybody. I don't blame any babies for being scared of clown, but a baby would be scared of a peacock or anything. The baby should be scared of anything it saw that's radical.
Yeah.
So.
Fair.
But let's take a moment to respect also how dangerous peacocks can be.
Yeah. Yeah. And they can be. I've seen them get ornery.
What about party peacocks?
What's a party peacock?
Oh, RJ?
I have a friend. His name is Dalton Castle. and he comes out. He's got this wonderful. He's a wrestler. He has a wonderful robe, a peacock robe, and he's like a peacock, but instead of hissing, he just likes to have a good time.
Well, I could get down with that. That's a peacock I'd have a drink with.
He's awesome. Yes, yes.
Now, speaking of circus clowns, there is a little discrepancy because I've spoken to some very serious clowns, and they don't consider Bozo to be a legitimate clown. Do you get any flack?
Yeah. I mean, I have, but I don't know how anyone would say that about Bozo. You could say that about me, but I wouldn't. I mean, I would think that people make distinctions for party clowns and circus clowns, and you know, I think a character clown is just as much of a clown as anything would be. You know, and Bozo being a character clown, I don't see how anyone could say that he's not. You know, I think that, with all respect to you know, the working circus clowns and the people in that industry, they do go through so much training with acrobatics and things that not every clown has to go through. You know, I mean, I got about a week into juggling, and I said, all right, I've had enough. I just don't want to do that. You know, I mean, I got to I can do 3 balls, and that's all I want to do. You know, like and
3's
so
enough. 3's plenty.
How many do you need? No, but it's I can understand how someone, you know, someone could call someone like me out, you know, saying you're kind of a weird hybrid. You're not completely clown.
But you're in your own lane. You know, you're doing your own thing.
Well,
also,
you couldn't say that about
Bozo. It's so much easier to juggle when you're in space.
You're not kidding, man. I was juggling jars of Tang back there. Easy.
Tang! Oh my gosh! Wow. Now I want some Tang. That sounds fun. Well, I was going to ask Clownvis only because David Arquette had mentioned this clown volleyball idea. So if you had a clown volleyball team, who would you want to be on your team?
Oh, wow. Does it have to all be clowns?
I don't think so. I think it's free reign. It's your team.
Okay. Well, my next question is how many people are on a standard volleyball team?
I think, what is it? 5, 6?
5, 6. Let's see how far you can get, and then we'll just call it a team.
Let me think. I would choose Puddles. He's a clown, and he's also got some height on him and some reach on him. I know Puddles. he's going to be good for the team. I would love to have Bozo himself on the team, just to kind of, I mean, that's going to be a tactical move, because people are going to be watching Bozo when they're not watching what we're doing. You know, it's going to throw them off. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm blanking. I want to bring in some sex appeal, so I'm going to say Vanna White, but I'm blanking on babes. I can only think of Vanna White.
That's plenty of babe.
So it's me and Puddles and Bozo, and then Vanna White's coming to the party.
Great. I hear she's fantastic at volleyball.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're playing volleyball. I don't know if she'd be good at that.
She's certainly not in the heels.
No, I think she'd have to wear the gown and the heels. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. I'm assuming we're going for height, and Squeeb, unfortunately, does not make the cut on that, huh?
Yeah, no, he can float sometimes, but he's not. He's a small alien.
Okay. Fair enough. So RJ, was there any more? I know you had a couple more Bozo things. Any more Bozo tidbits that you can enlighten us with?
What else can I do? There's is that Bozo?
Yeah.
That was the man, right? Oh, that is so sweet. Now, Bozo, the new Bozo appeared on CNN on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
With Andy and Anderson. And he opened his mouth, and for some reason, unbeknownst to probably him as well, had a New York accent. He didn't plan it. It was not strategized. He just let it come out. So, you know, when you just let your clown out, what kind of things happen?
Well, I fully understand. I remember being a young clown and trying to, you know, I mean, specifically, I can remember answering a business call one time, and I'm like, I'm just going to do it in a clowny voice because I'm a clown. And I went, well, I'm not trying to plug this much, but I do have a Bozo phone right here.
Oh my
God! Is it the mayor?
Yeah, so I picked up the call, and this was going to be my my clown voice. So I go, hello, like that, you know, like a Bozo kind of chuckle, which I've never done again. But I'll never forget. In my early days, just coming out, I'm like, why did I do that? That does not sound like me. But sometimes you just gotta put it out there, see what sticks. You know, I completely understand how the New York accent is kind of funny for a clown. I see it, and it makes sense.
Yeah, it's certainly unique, but so is David Arquette. So
Sure, he makes
Yeah.
strong choices.
Yes.
Well, it's certainly a choice. So to pivot a little tiny baby bit, last time you were on Clownvis, we got a special call from the Flabber himself, which
Yeah.
we were both taken back by. I had no idea what was happening. You certainly had no idea.
No.
He came all the way from the seventh dimension. So since that happened, I know that you've mentioned that you guys have spoken, but we just want to know, what has it been like, getting to talk with Flabber, and if there's any possible collaborations coming in the future.
I think the word is conflabration, but
Whoa.
no, boy, that was just blew my mind because I don't know, for a couple of weeks before I was on your show last time, I'd become obsessed with Flabber from the Big Bad Beetleborgs. Because I felt he kind of I had a lot in common with him. He kind of seemed like this weird Liberace phantom, and for some reason that struck a chord with me. And so I started looking,
because he came out of an organ. That's funny. Yeah.
So he there's little to be
So
found
did
about
Liberace, but I'll get into that later. Go ahead.
What happened is that there's hard to find any information on Flabber. It was kind of a weird blip in time, and so you guys had gotten a hold of him somehow. Yeah, we ended up talking the next day, and there was one day we talked for a couple of days. There was one day where we were messaging from the time I woke up to the time we went to bed. He's just a nice guy with a real worldly attitude. He's seen a lot of stuff, and he appreciated what I do, which means a lot to me. So we talked, and hopefully I get to meet him sometimes. He made references to maybe getting back into showbiz this year, so you never know.
Never know. And I know you're going on the road. You got quite a few gigs coming up, so hopefully your paths can cross at some point.
Yes, I think they will. I got him in my crosshairs, so I'm hoping we can meet up when we're close by.
Do you think Flabber has seen Flubber?
That's a good question. I'm sure he has. I'm sure there's been enough mix up. Either that, or he's just like hates it and would never watch it.
Right, because I think peaked at the same time period too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep, RJ.
Yeah, really interesting. It was a wild time.
Okay, so we kind of wanted to ask, just to pick your brain a little bit, what do you think is one of the greatest theme songs to ever come out of a film?
Oh, out of a film?
Yeah. Or, we can also say TV show, just maybe like a theme song that would get stuck in your head.
Well, I'm a big theme song guy from TV shows. I love the Mr. Belvedere theme song. I love the Jeffersons theme song. I love the Blossom theme song. I mean, look, I love every theme. They don't really make them anymore, but I could just name them all: Silver Spoons and Family Ties and Growing Pains. A lot of them. But from a film, I'm a big fan of the Rocky movies. Probably Gonna Fly Now's got to be the greatest, most powerful song to come out of a film.
That's a good one. Yeah, on Tuesday, if you remember the show Nick Arcade, because RJ and I are like huge Nickelodeon kids, we had on the former host, who's Phil Moore, and he performs with a band called The Remotes. And so he was telling us he did a cover version of, what song was it, RJ, that he's doing as Prince? Was it?
Oh, I can't remember. But he did do, as James Brown, the theme from the Brady Bunch. Oh, as Prince, he did the theme from the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh,
he made it a Prince version, and it somehow fits.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. I always did in my live shows, and I still do, I guess, to a degree. I always incorporated old TV theme songs, because it just I have such a fondness for them. But I mean, when you just break them out, you could just do the Saved by the Bell theme song in any bar, and everybody's going to be like, "Yeah, I love." People just it strikes a chord with people that is, it's not even necessarily low hanging fruit because nobody is expecting it, but it's just a lot. It's something that it kind of rings a bell in everybody's head, like, "Oh, that's from a good time."
Right. I feel like I would maybe go out and be more social if I knew I could go to a club and that's what they were playing, rather than whatever is happening these days. If they played the Saved by the Bell theme song, I would very much enjoy that.
Yeah.
Years ago, I wrote lyrics to the theme from Night Court.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Because I thought, sometimes these theme songs, they don't have any lyrics. You don't know what Night Court is about. It's not clear enough just from the title.
How did it go? Can you sing it?
Yeah,
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can remember this. It is after 5 p.m. There have been a lot of crimes. This is a night court. We have laws for you. We have laws for you. This is a night court. Pay the fine. You have to pay the fine now. To the night court. To the night court. Our judge also does magic tricks. Magic tricks. And that's really the show in a nutshell.
Wow.
You hear that helps.
Yeah, that helps. Did you mention Bull? Did you say something about Bull?
I didn't. Maybe in the outro, the longer Night Court outro, they could mention
the extended
Bull.
version.
Yeah. So I'm gonna now issue a challenge to Jude, who is our producer and editor, to re-edit the intro for Night Court with RJ's version. So that is
people
something.
know. I think it'll lead to a revival of the show overall. People
That's a good idea.
It.
I used to do. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask, following up with RJ's question, what show would you guys like to see revived? Because it seems like that's something that they've been doing more and more, like a different version of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What do you think would be like a good show from the 80s or 90s that should have a revival?
Well, you know what? And I was just thinking about this, and then I just read yesterday, I guess, that it's actually going to happen, and that's King of the Hill.
Yes.
I just read that they're that it's I don't know how guaranteed it is, but they said what I read was that they're going to make new King of the Hill, and it's going to have the time lapse in it, where it'll be like 15 years later or whatever, which is exactly what I swear that's just what I was thinking a week ago. I was thinking, man, I wonder what Bobby Hill was like growing up and what Hank Hill is like in this day and age. And excited
and
about
it's still
that.
Mike Judge?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Okay. RJ, what are you thinking?
I would like one episode of Who's the Boss.
Sure.
Just because, she hired him. She is the boss. Let's just establish that, and then we can end it. We can stop asking the question.
Yeah. What a weird concept. I try to think back to that show. He was a baseball player, right? Tony Danza on that show. He was he had played for the major leagues.
Was that Sam Malone?
No.
Tony Danza did too?
He played for the Cardinals, I think.
Okay.
At the beginning they show him sliding in or something, and maybe I'm forgetting something, but I don't know why a baseball player would become a housekeeper.
Yeah, and they just threw him in a van with his daughter and said, "Go upstate. We don't need you here."
Yeah, look, that's personal business. We can't judge him on that. I'm happy he won't work out.
Of course,
fair enough.
He mops so well.
Yeah, I do love the concept of that, man. And there's a lot of shows that probably ended too soon that we could use a little clarification on.
Right, like shows that gave us just a cliffhanger because unfortunately maybe they got canceled or something. I'm trying to think of a show that ended on a pretty big cliffhanger. Sopranos, but I guess where do you go from there, right?
Well, the biggest one is that show from HBO from a couple of years ago that was kind of circusy. Carnival.
Yeah.
They really built that son of a bitch up like it was going to be a big thing, and then they just pulled the rug out under it, and we never found out what happened.
So rude. That is so rude. Well, I think we need to bring back all shows so we can know what happens and I can sleep better at night. So
they are working on it, man. They're not sleeping on bringing stuff back. They are bringing back everything they can. So
I'm a nostalgia person. So as long as they do it right, I'm all for it. But it's, when it comes back and it just doesn't live up to the original, that's when it gets a little, complicated.
Yeah,
so
we're all accept that now. I watch these shows and I go, it's not going to be good. And I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's not personal to me, the Ghostbusters and stuff like that. It's not personal.
Okay. Well, fair. Okay, so
but talk to me after the Munsters comes out, and then I'll see, because that's
how are you feeling about that?
Well, I love Rob Zombie and I love the Munsters. I really don't know how he could pull it off, but I certainly believe and hope that he can.
Do you remember the relatively recent failed Munsters reboot?
Yeah. Oh, I was mad about that. 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Yes.
What the hell was that?
Nothing to do with it.
It was like a soap opera, like Passions or something, but they were Munsters. Yeah,
it was Portia de Rossi and Jerry O'Connell? Is that who?
And Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard, yeah.
Grandpa Munster for some reason.
I mean, I love Eddie, so, but yeah.
Yeah, well, every Munsters reboot has been a failure. I mean, they've all been pretty dismal. So but I don't think that, I know what a fan Rob Zombie is of the Munsters, and I've seen some of the shots from the set, and it looks like they're doing it. I just can't imagine I don't think it's been announced or what kind of angle they're going at it with,
But don't you think if he was a true fan, he would know to leave well enough alone?
Yeah, but then if you could, God,
no, that would ruin my life. I would be a nervous wreck. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I couldn't touch that.
The question is, do they have the cars? Like, do we get the Dracula? Like, are we getting the cool cars?
I read, they mentioned that in an article I read. For some reason, I see they're I don't know if it's his PR people or what, but my algorithms stack up these Rob Zombie set stories from the Munsters. I see them all. Yeah. They said they had the cars there, I believe. Yeah.
And I wonder, what was the name? And I can't believe I don't remember his name. The gentleman that played my mind is flaking right now. He had Wolfie the doll.
Oh, you're talking about Eddie Munster?
Eddie.
Butch Patrick, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see him involved in some way, shape, or form.
That's a good question. He's still out there. Yeah, I wonder if he is.
And Butch Patrick, now this is the show I would want to remake, and I would like to remake it with you, Clownvis. Do you remember the Croft Brothers vehicle, Lidsville?
No.
Butch Patrick, he's a little grown up, and he sees a magician. He goes backstage. The magician has this big top hat. He falls into the hat and into this world of hats, of living hats.
No.
And the evil guy on the show is Hoodoo, played by Charles Nelson Riley.
No, I'm looking at it right now. No, yeah. I for some reason I've seen everything else, not this one.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
Lidsville, a world of living hats.
I think it's up Clownvis's alley.
I love it. I love when an idea just sounds so ridiculous, but it was actually somebody green lighted it. Someone said, "Yeah, it's a good idea."
Go ahead, RJ.
I was going to say, since you are between worlds right now, and you are between worlds as a hybrid of a person, would you rather be in a cocktail party with clowns or Elvis impersonators?
Oh, clowns in a heartbeat. Yeah. Elvis impersonators don't like me, RJ. And I was
at a wrestling show. I was courted by an Elvis impersonator who was getting too old and thought I could be his young Elvis protege.
Oh, that would make a good weird movie.
Yeah.
And how long did you consider it?
I said absolutely not. But thank you.
You should have let him groom you a little bit, RJ. You could have been good at it.
It's a little too much of like a Phantom of the Opera. He's like, "I'll write your music. I'll tell you what to do."
Oh God. Yeah. Well, to be an Elvis impersonator.
So they don't like you. You're not allowed at the festivals.
My experience is to stay away. And look, I'm generalizing, and it's surely not all of them. And I can say that, I love them, I love the concept of what they do. I think that maybe, and again, I don't want to say anything bad, but I think maybe some of them are a little more serious than they need to be about it. And, how I lay my head at night is I'm the biggest Elvis fan in the world. I know every trivia book Elvis thing from, I say that, don't quiz me, kid, but I'm a fan. What I'm saying is I'm a fan first, you know what I mean? And so I can talk any of these guys down from the watchtower if they got their sights set on me, but it's not fun to explain myself to some old lunkhead,
Yeah. No, it's funny you say the don't quiz me thing. Like before the show, RJ was like, I found these like old trivial, what are they, RJ?
I found from my childhood a pack of Elvis trading cards. I don't know why I have them.
Well, go ahead and hit me with one of them. Let me see.
Okay, but they'll be obscure where it's like, if you don't get it right, I don't think you're going to be shamed.
Okay, good.
At all. I think you'll be okay. Let me see what I have here. What was the original name of the movie Love Me Tender?
The original name of Love Me Tender?
Yeah.
Jeopardy music.
Gosh, I don't think I knew. I don't think I knew.
Originally supposed to be called the Reno Brothers. But they thought, hey, he's doing the song. Why don't we just title it after the song?
That helps. I never heard the Reno Brothers, but I believe it.
Me neither.
When he got into the army, allegedly, according to these, Elvis had excellent blood pressure. There's a picture of him getting his blood pressure checked out. Here it is. They said, oh my, it was excellent.
That looks good, yeah.
What 2 recreations did he partake in to keep in shape?
Football?
Yes.
And racquetball.
Is
it, but wait, you're talking about back in the army days?
Just before the army.
Volleyball.
Oh, yes. Let me think. For the army days, football and I don't know. Horses.
Running.
Allegedly, all-night roller skating sessions.
Oh yeah. That hardly is what's keeping his blood pressure down.
According to these cards.
Rents a roller skating rink and gets high once a month. Come on.
Who wrote these cards, RJ?
I don't. The Elvis people.
The Colonel.
One of them. Let me read you the back of this one, and you'll tell me if this guy has animosity towards Michael Jackson. This is about you only see one Elvis movie making Jailhouse Rock. You're holding the reason right in your hand. The dance sequence that accompanies Elvis' performance just might be the best thing ever put down on celluloid. It is hot, sexy, and it can stand side by side with any moves that Michael Jackson made or will make.
Wow.
What is that?
That's I mean, yeah.
Very angry card writer.
Yeah. And I mean, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously the Elvis people can be a little defensive.
Yeah, they can be, man. I've had some experiences, but I try to just I know you can, I'm a clown, and so I realize I can provoke people because in and of itself I'm kind of making fun of anything that I'm, if I'm an Elvis clown, then I'm in and of itself making fun of Elvis, or I can see how it could be perceived that way. And but God, it's been so long, I don't know what the hell I'm making fun of anymore. I just like to sing like Elvis.
Speaking of your singing, I wanted to mention that you recently did a tribute to Meatloaf, who unfortunately passed very recently.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know maybe the first Meatloaf song that you remember ever hearing, or even Meatloaf film.
Oh, well, I was a Rocky Horror fan from a very young age. And of course I knew it from that because it just says on the screen, featuring, introducing Meatloaf, and, you don't forget a name like that. And it wasn't until I was a little older that I heard Paradise by the Dashboard Light, which
Amazing.
I thought was just insanely clever. I thought that was so clever. And I would hear that every once in a while on the radio and just think, oh, here's that clever song where it's got the old switcheroo at the end, And then probably by the time I was, I don't know, it must have been when I was about 16. I got the tape of Bat Out of Hell, and it became just a soundtrack to my life for years. Not so much Bat Out of Hell 2 or 3, but that first one.
That was the one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he was a really awesome guy, and his music is just so iconic, and I feel really blessed to have gotten to know him. And one of my goals, it's funny you mentioned Paradise by the Dashboard Light, was I always wanted to karaoke that with him. I feel like that would have just been so much fun.
Oh yeah.
That's a song. I'm sure if someone does it karaoke, everyone's incredibly confused.
Yeah, that's a long one, but it's worth boy if you could do that with Meatloaf himself. I was supposed to see him back in the 90s, and he got strep throat. I was supposed to see him in London, and he canceled that night, so I never got to see him.
Oh, may he rest.
Supposedly, he was not very good at taking care of his voice.
I believe it, yeah.
So diehard Meatloaf fans would figure out, like, you could either see him like the first night on tour because his voice would be good, and then like the second and third be like, don't worry about it. But then maybe 5 or 6, it comes back around again.
Yeah, that happens to me too when I hit the road, man. That's the time. That's the same schedule. About the second and third show in, I kind of have this dip where I lose my voice, and then it just comes back powerful for the next couple of weeks. But
so you have to calculate it.
Yeah, you just got to get through it, you know.
Do you pick different songs? You go, let's do Swing Low, Sweet Chariot for no reason. I need a rest.
No, there's no cutting corners in my set. I just got to eke it out, you know, and sometimes I'll have to explain myself to people and just get through it.
Well, you should never have to explain yourself. But okay, so when I was on your show, I guess a week or so ago, maybe a little longer than that, one of the questions, and thank you so much. One of the questions we were talking about Guinness World Records. Yeah. And so if you could set a Guinness World Record for anything, what would you want it to be for?
Probably pogo sticking. The longest distance on a pogo stick, I think, would be cool. Or the most consecutive pogo stick jump.
So you're good at the pogo stick?
I'm pretty good.
Okay. I didn't know that was still a thing. I've never attempted. Yeah,
it's not. I think I'm the only one out there pogoing every day. But no, I don't do it every day. But I remember when I was young, I still do have a pogo stick. And I used to incorporate it into my show a lot, kind of a little daredevil bit that I stopped doing because it was going to hurt myself. But when I was younger, I thought for sure, I was like, man, I got to 100 consecutive jumps. And I said, I could get to the Guinness Book of World Records. What is the Guinness? So I got to the library and I looked it up and it was like 50,000 or something, not anywhere close to 100. So I gave up that dream. But now I'm like, if I would have stuck with it then, I could, if I could get back into the pogo life any day and get it done, I think.
Yeah, but I bet that guy who holds the record isn't in space right now.
That's right. You know,
you might have the advantage.
He's probably dead.
Yeah, that too.
It's funny because I was looking up, because I was inspired when we were talking about it. I was looking up some of the most interesting Guinness World Records. I mean, there really is something for everything. Like if you think about it, it exists. Fingernails, hair length. I mean, length of people's tongues, which I saw way too many of. But there's everything.
Yeah, I was always fascinated by Guinness and the Ripley's books. I love it. You know, that was fun stuff to read when I was a kid, and it's still fun to flip through.
Yeah, for sure.
The best part about Ripley's is that you just say, believe it or not. Like, we don't care. Whatever.
I like
you don't have
Ripley's
to
used to have they would be like, one page was like a guy with a horn growing out of his head. You're like, okay, that's real. The next page would be like, this guy found a penny on the ground every day for 50 years. And I'm like, how the hell do you know that? You can't prove that the guy found a penny every day for 50 years.
And then Ripley's was like, fine, then don't believe it.
I got to fill up a book here, man. Believe it or not.
Those are still fun to visit, though. The one in Orlando. I mean, I haven't been there in years.
I go through those sometimes. They're fun.
Yeah, they're fun. Believe it or not. Okay, so I guess RJ and I, let's each ask one more question, and then we'll go to our game. Ooh. So, do you want me to go first? Or you want to go first, RJ?
You go first.
Me?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so how about what is the worst food choice that you've ever made, or what is the worst food that you've ever eaten?
Oh gosh. Worst. I used to be real adventurous with my eating. Now I'm pretty particular. But I'll tell you this. This was years ago, probably 20 years ago. I was in Chicago at one of these authentic little Mexican restaurants in Chicago, and they had cow anus tacos. And I said, well, I'm an adventurous young man. I'm going to get the cow anus tacos. And so I ordered the cow anus tacos. And I swear to God, I don't know if you ever seen this, and I never even saw it again. So maybe I'm wrong, but like I don't know. Can I say it?
Say it.
Can I say anus meat? Can you say that? Like the actual like product of the cow anus. It almost looked like little tiny macaroni noodles. Like they were like little tubes from it. I don't know. Anyway, I ate that. And I was like, it was so disgusting. And so I couldn't stand it, you know, but I ate it because I wanted to say I did it, you know. And then sure enough, I don't know how long it was later, but I'm at a different Mexican restaurant and I'm eating something completely different. And I said, tastes like cow anus. This is disgusting. What do they put, cow anus and everything? Turns out that was cilantro I didn't like. It was just,
you have the gene.
Yeah, I hate cilantro. Yes. And so who knows? Maybe I do like the cow anus. Yes. I never tried it again. I thought that taste I didn't like was cow anus, but it was cilantro.
Oh my God. Hold on. Who's putting up these comments on the screen right now?
Hey, come on. Come on, crew.
Oh shit!
That's like,
Calm
to me,
down,
that's like
everyone.
your version of The Notebook. That's like, we could have been in love, and I will never know because of cilantro.
He wrote a note every day to the cow anus until.
Yeah. But imagine my surprise.
So what is it? It tastes like soap. Is it like a soapy texture? Because I've heard.
It's kind of, it's like chemically and overwhelming. Like even a little bit of it in something that just ruins it for me.
So
Ruins an
Chipotle
ass.
is no.
A perfectly good cow anus was ruined.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like a lot of people avoid Chipotle because everything is cilantro.
Yeah.
So
I can smell it, and it can kind of ruin what's going on.
Okay, RJ, do you have the gene?
I don't have the gene. I like cilantro. And now, please, after we're done, send me the name of that establishment. I will need to... Moo holes?
I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. I almost remember it. It was in Chicago. Big Horse. I think it was the Big Horse.
The Big Horse.
Maybe it was Horse Anus. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the name of the place was the Big Horse in Chicago.
Longtime watchers, you're welcome, guys, for the free publicity. So, okay. fun. All right, RJ, what you got?
Well, you seem like an individual who does not fit the mold, and you've had to make your own molds, shall we say. What jobs do you think you would be very bad at? Or have you been bad at them previously?
I think anything where someone would have to tell me what to do, I would be bad at. And that's, and I shouldn't say that, because if I was building a house or something, I would want a foreman that knew exactly what to do.
Yes.
So I shouldn't say that. But if I had to do anything creative or anything where I thought that I had a good plan for, I couldn't stand anyone telling me their version of what I should be doing. That's something that I probably to a fault, where I don't want to hear from someone, unless it's someone that I can look up to, or someone that's done a better version of what I'm thinking of doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest rub with any kind of job. My dream job would be I would like to be I'd like to drive a bubble bus or something, like, what a bubble bus is?
Yeah. But where would you like to drive it?
Just on the weekends around parties.
I don't know what a bubble bus is.
You buy them for parties. It's like a school bus that's painted, and they just put bubble machines out the window. So you get hired for parties, you get hired for these outdoor parties at parks and stuff. And you just have like massive amounts of bubbles and foam coming out of your bus.
Fun. How to got it.
It's like the opposite of a job. You just own a bus and turn the bubble machines on every weekend.
Wow, that's fun. I'm glad there's other people that didn't know what it was. I thought I was in a world of my own, but we're learning things here. Cow anuses and bubble buses.
You could do a bubble bus for like people who are having parties and want to have a nice time, but you could also do like spite gigs where it's like, I didn't like this guy and now he's dead. Can you go by the funeral? There's a bunch of people standing out there in suits. Can you just parade your bubbles around? That would be great.
It's like, hey, I got a permit. You guys can't kick me out.
Oh, RJ, your brain. All right, fun. Well, we have a game, Clownvis. This is Would You Rather. You played it last time. You did great. So we got some more Would You Rather questions. So we're going to bring up the graphic right about now.
Excellent.
And here we go with the first one. Would you rather eat 1,000 bags of Reese's Pieces with E.T. or drink 1,000 Cokes with Mac from Mac and Me?
I'm a Mac and Me man. I'm a Mac and Me man through and through.
Yeah, that is quite the film. The first time I saw it was on, I guess, a Mystery Science Theater 3000, which, have you seen that version yet?
Yeah. I love it.
I've been trying to do the whistle, but I can't. Can you do the whistle, Clownvis?
I think is that pretty close?
That's pretty spot on. All right, the Cokes it is.
Now that I'm thinking about it, McDonald's is just really not good at ripping off things for themselves. It's just a really bad track record here.
Mac.
Poor
yeah,
Mac.
people are talking about Paul Rudd on Conan, how every time he went on the show,
that was always funny. Yeah, that was very funny.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
RJ, you want to do the next one?
Next one. If you had to get in the ring, which you can do it, would you rather your tag team partner be Tim Heidecker or Jack Black?
Well, I'm the biggest Tim Heidecker fan in the world, But also being a Nacho Libre fan, I'm gonna have to choose Jack Black. I've seen him tear up some stuff. But if that's just for a wrestling tag team. If we're going out for coffee, I might pick Tim because I love the guy.
Right. Yeah, both awesome. I was gonna say with Jack Black, do you get Kyle Gass as your Miss Elizabeth? That's
yeah.
But maybe you get Eric with Tim.
That's so true. Also.
Yeah, but it'd be funny the way you can't lose with both of these guys.
No.
Well, you can if the booker says you have to lose the match. That's how wrestling works.
Depends on the script. I know.
Fair
but
enough.
I'll tell you, man, that Jack Black has some energy. I love watching him online. Boy, he's a firecracker.
Yeah.
Somebody just Krista wrote Jack Black for Meatloaf biopic.
Ooh, that would be good. Did he sing him sometime? I kind of have a vision of him doing that.
His dad in Pick of Destiny was
Meatloaf. Oh, that's right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So cool. I was going to ask RJ, does that stand for Ronnie James? Like, is that a Ronnie James?
Dio?
I tell people that it stands for Raul Julia, and that's the story I'm sticking with.
Raul Julia.
Yeah.
What is that from?
Adam's Family.
He played Gomez in the Addams Family, and yes,
the good-looking guy,
handsome man.
Yeah.
Which reminds me now, RJ, when we were talking before the stream, and I think it was Jude's idea. Another what word did we come up with? Was it anagram?
Oh yes. He wanted to know. Elvis has TCB.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, Clownvis, if TCB had to stand for something else for you, what would it be?
With the same letters and the TCB
with the same letters.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Talking and this is top of my head. Talking crayon box.
Oh, talking crayon box. It's good. Mine was.
It's not good. You don't gotta humor me.
Yes, we do. You're our guest now. Wait, mine was tacos, carnitas, burritos. I'm just hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, taco cow butt. Nice.
Taco cow butt. There you go.
And mine was, and I think it's what we're doing right now, thoughtful citizens bonding.
Aw, we are
Isn't
bonding.
that nice? Something to think about?
Adorable. All right. Well, Clownvis with the talking crayon box. Here's the next one. Would you rather do a collaboration song with Jewel or collaborate on a song with Ludo?
Ooh, that's a hard one because I'm going to be seeing Ludo next month or in a month or two. I'm doing some shows with them. So if they're watching and they see me say Jewel, it's going to be awkward. But the reality of it, if I have to spend a couple nights in a room writing songs, and drinking wine, I think I'd rather do it with Jewel than Ludo. But which would turn out better? Maybe the Ludo song. I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Next one.
When you go hit the road, you're making your big grand entrance again. Would you like to emerge from an instrument like Flabber, an instrument of your choice? I'll leave it open. Or, much like you will be doing soon, land from a spaceship.
That's a tough one. In my head, I have this. I've seen it on YouTube. Michael Jackson from the Victory Tour in 1984, and he jetpacks out of the stadium. It's crazy. I think it's a slide of I don't think it's really him, but somebody is really jetpacking out of these stadiums in these old Michael Jackson videos, and I don't know how it's weird, but that's been a dream of mine to kind of just launch away. So I guess I would. Which one of those would be launching away?
Ooh.
I guess I'm coming.
Option C. Either way, you can add one.
It'd be cool to just have an ejector seat on some shows that just get me the hell out of there.
Well, since we've now mentioned Michael twice, I feel like we should mention Captain EO, which is one of the greatest films ever created.
I saw that at Epcot Center. Yeah.
I'm incredibly jealous.
I'll tell you though, that Elvis Presley had a lot more hits and better moves than that Michael Jackson.
Oh boy, this guy again.
Yeah. Might not do. Yeah. All right. Here's the next one.
That's not even. I mean, and I'm sorry to interrupt again.
No,
think about it.
This is your show. Go ahead.
Think about. I mean, yes, Elvis had some good moves, but you couldn't A-B him with Michael Jackson and say that Elvis is hands down better. That's ridiculous.
No, this guy had a vendetta. and he took it out through cards.
I would like to know who he is. I want his home address so I can snail mail him personally. All right. Okay, the next one, Clownvis. Would you rather bring back the great Kazoo or bring back Marvin the Martian?
Oh, I'm a Marvin fan. I used to love that little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool. Marvin.
That was good. That was a good Marvin impression too.
I forgot what he said. What did he say? He had a
oh no.
This is silly or something. What did he say?
We'll go with this is silly.
Oh,
He said,
talking crayon box.
very nice. Hey, one of the questions I know, RJ, I don't know whether we'll get to it, but he wanted to know about some of your other impressions. So maybe we'll
I do a couple. I have. Can I do them real quick? They're really
yes.
Please.
Go ahead.
This is Bruce Springsteen visiting his childhood home. Home sweet home. That's it. And then,
Very nice.
and then I have. I came up with this before Bill Cosby got in trouble, but this is Bill Cosby ordering at the In-N-Out Burger. I'll take a double animal style.
Whoa.
Double animal style.
Okay,
And,
that's chills.
Boy, I had one other one, but I'm blanking on it. Those are my two best.
Was it Eartha Kitt?
Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, was it Eartha Kitt playing golf? I'm just throwing out combinations now. I'm hoping I'll
Yes.
land on it.
That
Yeah?
was it.
Yes.
First
Who
try.
could forget?
All right.
All right.
The Martian. Okay, next one.
Next one. Would you rather be featured in a Hallmark Christmas movie or star in a horror movie?
Oh man, I think the horror films are going to get me farther. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But it's much funnier if I were to do a Hallmark movie. I'm gonna do the Hallmark. I'm gonna do the Hallmark movie,
Okay.
and then hope that I get the call for another horror movie later.
You're gonna give up the Clownverfield.
Clownverfield, very clever.
Huh. People are saying it's Ringo Starr. Do you do a Ringo impression?
I do Ringo. No, I don't. What do I have? Yeah, I do Ringo a lot, but I don't have him locked in like the others.
Okay, fair enough.
Sometimes I get real mad about talking about the Beatles, and then my Ringo will come out. Yeah, we don't need to go down that road here.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to trigger you. Okay, here's the next one. Would you rather do a duet with Dolly Parton or have Elvira as a guest on Clownvis to the Rescue? Holy shit! This is
wow. Well, I mean, a duet with Dolly Parton is would be the ultimate, but I have more. It's hard to say more love and appreciation because I love them both severely, but I think I would have a little bit more in common with Elvira, and I just finished her book, and so I'd love to talk to her about that.
How is it?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I don't know. I mean, it's insane that we've all been Elvira fans for this long, and we don't even know these stories. I mean, these stories with her as a younger gal are just fascinating. You know, she was a showgirl in Vegas and just kind of had interactions with so many big names that's fascinating.
I think Elvis included, right? I think that's
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it's on the list. That's something I need to get. All right, next one.
Would you rather have a jungle room at Laramie Studios or have a TV room? Although, to be fair, Elvis always liked TVs in whatever room he was in.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that's not far off from how I'm living. I have that same porcelain monkey, which is super rare. I came across one of those at an estate sale, and I can't even find out how much it's worth. That's how hard it is to find one of these things.
Well, I hope you got a good deal on it.
You wouldn't believe it if I told you. I saw it and it was $30 on a Saturday at an estate sale, wow. And I said that looks like the Elvis monkey. But I go, it can't be. I didn't want to just buy some very big. It's like this big. I mean, it's like very big. So I don't want to buy that if it's not the right thing. So I went home and I Googled. I said, that is it. And so I went back the next day when everything was 50% off on a Sunday. Monkey was still there, $15 monkey. It's an old
my
Italian.
God.
It's an old Italian porcelain monkey. The people at this house were like artists. It's crazy.
Wow.
So you might have the only monkey left.
I can't find. I mean, there's little ones that they sell on eBay for like $300-400, little guys. But honestly, I can't find any of these exact ones that have sold. But I've been to Graceland since and said, "Yep, that's it."
God.
I do have a follow-up now that you have the TV room. You're a fan of the TV room. Elvis allegedly, infamously shot his television when he saw Robert Goulet on it.
Yes.
So what celebrity would force you to pull out your pistol and shoot your television?
Oh, that's a good question. Who gets me real angry? Who would I shoot the TV at?
Oh no.
I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I mean, gosh, I can't think. I honestly can't think. Who would I shoot the TV at? I'm pretty much everybody entertains me.
You have a lot of love in your heart to not have an answer for that.
I'm trying to think. You guys got any suggestions? Anybody in the comments have suggestions? I don't know.
A couple people are saying Chubby Checker.
I don't want him to die. The guy's a cornball.
Well,
but,
you're not killing them. It's
just
you're
a TV?
just shooting the TV. You just want to see it explode.
Well, in that case, it would be one of these programs that come on TV that bother me. Look, you want to talk about when I would shoot the TV? This is when I would shoot the TV. All right,
Okay.
when I'm sitting there, happy as a clam, from 6:30 to 7 p.m., watching my Wheel of Fortune, having a great time. And then the second Wheel of Fortune ends, every single time it's some show where there's no commercials or anything. It goes right to it. And it's a detective. And he's like, it's a dead hooker. And they cut her thumbs off. And I'm like, what happened? I was just watching. Like, it's every show that comes on after my program, I want to shoot the TV because they're always just dead hookers. Why is that the go-to opening scene?
No segue from Pat to the dead hookers either.
No. Well, I'll still have tears of joy in my eye that someone won the grand prize puzzle. And then while I'm wiping away tears, dead hookers.
Wow. Oh,
so that's when I would shoot the TV. More the programmers than the stars.
Would that be like a dream for you to get to compete on the wheel?
I'm not that good at it. No. I just I like the colors and I like the familiarity of it. I don't really solve the puzzles.
Well, there's been a lot of controversy with it recently.
I know, boy. Listen, man. Pat Sajak follows the rules. He knows the rules to a letter, and he's going to catch you. I know last week a couple weeks ago they got upset because the gal paused, and he was totally right. She didn't get it, you know.
But she did get the car. Audi gave her a car. So
well,
I mean.
That's a slippery slope if we start giving all these criminals.
Absolutely.
Maybe she's not a criminal, but come on.
You can't say,
oh, you didn't win, so we'll give it to you. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, yeah, fair. Okay, so I'm assuming your answer is which one? You said TV room?
I'm going to shoot Vanna White. What was the question? I forgot the question.
Whatever you're choosing.
What was it?
TV room. He has the monkey.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, I'm going to keep the TV room.
Okay, fair. All right, we got two more of these. Okay, Clownvis, would you rather spend 1 hour in prehistoric times or spend a week in the zombie apocalypse? Spelled incorrectly, but just don't worry.
Apocalypse. There's alpacas.
If they were alpacas, I would hang out with them. Now, I think, I'm going to have a better chance of survival in zombie times because I think I can at least get into a house that can have some snacks and stuff. Prehistoric, I'm going to be killing little gallimimuses and stuff I don't even know about. So I'm going to go with zombie.
Is it
Gallimimus or is it gallimimus? I don't know. It's a small dinosaur. I think
invented a new dinosaur. I don't know.
I think it's the real tomato of our times.
Google Gallimimus. Google Gallimimus.
Done. That will be my assignment. Gargamel? That's not it. All right. RJ, you want to do the last one?
Yes. Last one. Would you rather perform a live streamed concert in Hawaii a la Aloha from Hawaii, although I did see Sammy Davis Jr. do one from Hawaii, and it was not very good. Or would you rather perform a televised concert a la the Elvis 68 comeback special, and I would assume you could have your own letters and lights behind you?
Well, the 68 comeback is, I think, so cool because it wasn't originally planned to be that big of a boombastic, sensational thing. It was the Singer sewing machine company Christmas special is what it was originally, and they just wanted him to get out there and sing Christmas songs, and him and the Colonel kind of worked that into a very cool situation that proved his still having the ability to cut the mustard. Whereas Satellite, live from Aloha from Hawaii, very powerful, very good. I like the music even better, but it's kind of like that was the beginning of the end in my eyes. I'm saying 68 comeback. I like that.
Good choice. And so super random, but RJ, since you brought him up, my dad actually got to play golf with Sammy Davis Jr.
Really?
Yes. Who he said was, my dad uses the term stoned out of his mind, but I think by that he means very drunk.
Yeah. Whatever. Look, something was going on.
Yes.
Wow.
But that's like my dad's like cool, one of his many claim to fame. So yeah, pretty
That's
neat.
great. Yeah.
I know,
Sammy Davis
right?
You don't do a Sammy Davis golfing? That's not one of your impressions.
4, baby.
There you go.
4, baby. That sounds like Dennis Miller. I'll have to work on that.
I mean, for first time, not so bad, Clownvis. So unfortunately, we've come to the end of another live stream. And as always, this has been such a joy. Before we wrap it up, is there anything you want to plug? I know you got some shows coming up, and of course, Clownvis to the rescue.
Yeah, Clownvis to the rescue every Sunday and Wednesday night here on YouTube. Oh, thank you. Look how good this show is. I was looking around my desk like I got some Post-it notes. What's this say? Talk culture tomorrow.
Well done.
So I don't have to plug that. No, we have what you're showing here. I'll be in Chicago with Ludo on the 23rd and 22nd of April. And then I'm going down to Texas with the Blasters. And then I'll also be doing some more shows. I'll be doing a lot more shows this summer. I got a bunch that I'm announcing this month. So I'll be all over the Midwest and kind of the East Coast this summer.
Fantabulous. Well, hopefully we'll get to catch a show. RJ will have to bring you down from our neighbor to the north. So
I would love to, and maybe
RJ, what is your neighborhood, RJ?
Toronto, but it's doable. It's not that far. And I would love to, if you do see me at a show, maybe we could do the theme from Night Court together.
I would love that, man.
Oh, man. Well, only because I was horrible and didn't let RJ plug his stuff last time. RJ, do you want to plug?
Not really. I mean, I make coffee in my underwear every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, I would suggest you follow Clownvis. He's clearly the better one on the screen.
It's not a contest, RJ.
Well, I'll tell you something. You have a lot more moves than Michael Jackson ever did.
I need you to write my baseball cards is what I need.
Yes. Clownvis stays in shape by roller skating.
All night, every night.
I love it. People are plugging the kissing wax. I actually ordered it today.
Oh, yeah. So... yeah. Thanks. That's a big deal. People love that. I had it last year and couldn't keep it in stock. It's like a lip balm that's cotton candy flavored, and it's got my face on there. Clownvis Cotton Candy Kissing Wax.
Fantabulous. Well,
available at clownvistotherescue.com.
Awesome. I was telling RJ, and I'll tell you, but for the next time we meet, I'm working on a Squeeb cosplay. So I'm very excited about it. Couldn't get it done in time, but I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, excited. Will you paint yourself all green?
I mean,
have you done that before?
I feel like I have to now.
Yeah.
I was just gonna go for the eyeballs, but now you've challenged me to be green. So now I feel like I have to be green.
I really get a kick out of seeing people when they have to paint their whole bodies. That really tickles me. I don't know why. It just seems like such a hard thing to do.
Then I shall paint myself up.
And if I can give one more suggestion, wear the googly eyes more than just that. Maybe you could bring that into style.
Okay.
You could just wear the googly eyes, not Squeeb cosplay. Just wear them.
I have plenty. I bought more than enough. So before we do let you go, Clownvis, we're going to go over upcoming shows that we have, whatever month this is. Okay, so on February 8th, we have Christopher Parsons. He is Junkrat from Overwatch. We have Ty Zamora from Alien Ant Farm, and we also have Rikva, who I'm going to hopefully pronounce their name correctly. They are from School of Rock, so that should be fun. Once again, we'll get to talk about our friend Jack Black, so that should be a good time. But Clownvis, you are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys, kid. RJ is really fun, and I'm always impressed by the slick business you got here on Talk Culture. Such a fun show.
Well,
It's a
thank you.
smooth
Let's do it
operation.
again. Yes, for sure. Well, RJ, thank you again for joining me. And to everyone watching, we appreciate you guys so much. Make sure to tune in to Clownvis to the Rescue Sunday. I guess it's 10 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to watch in your correct time zone, and we will see you guys real soon. Be safe, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.